Alrighty, good morning YouTube, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning ladies and gentlemen. You are just in time for a ranging market. Congratulations. You have won the prize of waiting for Jerome Powell to speak today. Yeah, so we're kind of going through everything. Let me turn this music down real quick. Anyway, good morning everybody. Kind of going through everything. There's not really a lot happening, to be honest. There's the cliff notes. The synopsis is kind of got a rangy pound situation going on. The euro is a possible to go back up a little bit, get a little stronger. It's a maybe on the euro. The dollar is kind of iffy. Same thing. We've got a lot of ranges going on. It looks like we're going to be in a rangy market here for London. So, you know, we've been going through everything on the other side, trying to figure this out for a minute. And it just, I don't know. It looks like we're just kind of in a ranging situation, but you know, it's okay. You know, that's okay. That's it be like that sometimes. You know, we'll just take it as we go and you just do the best you can. It's the only thing you can do. About what you can do. So anyway, give me 1 second. We'll go over some stuff here in just a second. Hold on, I'm trying to get everything situated here. Yeah, just give me a minute and we'll spin through some charts and see what's up. 1 second. All right, YouTube. Good morning. Sorry, we're trying to get this figured out on the other side. What's happening here? Because it looks like we got a rangy market. Let's take a spin through the charts here. We're trying to find something, trying to find a trade here. It's just sometimes you gotta make a decision to keep it safe and not be too risky on stuff when it's not a favorable condition to trade. You know, when it's just it's not favorable to take a position. You don't have to take a position. You know, there's no law that requires you to take a trade. It's just, I know everybody's always itching for a trade. You know, it's just sometimes it's smarter to just watch and wait, and this may be one of those times. So anyway, let's take a spin through, see what we got. Right now, one second, let me isolate these. All right, so what's actually happened today is the euro has started gaining strength. So we're a little bit stronger on the euro. The dollar is kind of all over the place, but weaker. So we got a weaker dollar, somewhat of a stronger euro. The euro is promising. It's maybe. The euro may be gaining strength this morning, so we'll see. And the pound has lost a lot. The pound is taking a dive, but it's already taken a dive, so it may not be the right short entry. So right now what we've got is a weak dollar, stronger euro, and a weaker pound. And not very many favorable combinations between all of those. So kind of watching. We're going to take a spin through. Dollar index. We'll just start with the dollar index. Just get a directional bias on the dollar. You know, where are we likely traveling overall on average with the dollar? It's something to pay attention to. It's a useful tool. Right now we've got a lower high. Let's just be objective about this. We got a lower high in price action. You know, pretty clean there. Short term, we've got lower highs. So we've had a weaker dollar. It's not really great. The problem is that we're likely at a range low here. We're pretty close to a point where it just may, you know, you may get some strength coming back into the dollar overall. So it's not really the biggest move potential, you know, to short the dollar now. It's, you know, shorting it last night was, you know, in Asia was the thing. So we're just kind of watching this right now, honestly. Just waiting to see what it's going to do. I need to watch this real quick. So he's getting euro dollar, man. Should have taken that one. Almost took euro dollar. That was one I was going to add to the basket. Just didn't, but probably would have been a good idea. There's going to be more opportunity here if the dollar's going to die. I was just saying, I was just looking at the dollar dying. I wanted to look at this. But, so right now, we got a weaker dollar, but it's already been weak, so we're going to watch that. Euro Aussie is not really doing anything. It's very low. Looking to maybe get a couple pips to the upside out of this. I'd rather be long than short given where this is, but it's also just not really that bullish. But, you know, we'll see. Euro Kiwi, same thing. I mean, it's coming off of a low. I'd rather be long than short. I mean, it's very low. It's coming off of a range low, so I'd rather be long than short on it. It's just not amazing right now. It's just not amazing. It's probably going to be slow. Euro CAD actually probably is one of the better looking charts, honestly, the price action wise. This is probably the juiciest thing going on. It's got to be the juiciest chart. Just hasn't moved yet. There's been no push in the market. Not yet. Euro pound was good. It's actually doing exactly what I wanted it to do. It was good. I'm looking for a pullback on this. I want euro pound to pull back and give me a better opportunity to get in it. I think this is going to be really good, actually. Flip back over here. I think this is going to be really good. The entry is not quite there yet. It was earlier. If this had come back just a little bit, give me a higher low, I'm going to be all over it. It looks good. Very, very interested in this, but only from from right here for the people on the other side. I'm looking for this level to come back, and going to be all on it. So this is a maybe. Euro pound's a maybe. Mark this off. Euro pound, Euro CAD, probably the two best. Euro yen's actually making a little bit of a move up. It's already moved and it's running into traffic. It's not an entry for me personally. I'll wait on that. It's already moved. So when something's already gone, you have less room for it to continue. So I'll wait on it. Euro dollar is another one that's a maybe. If the dollar's going to get weak, this is kind of come back to a low. This is a big range bottom, and it's bounced again on euro dollar. Again, it did it. So good game. You know, buying that pullback was the right answer on that. We were talking about this one a few minutes ago. I almost took it, but didn't take this one. I wish I would have, but it's okay. You can't catch it all. I'm trying to be safe today because honestly, the market conditions are just not there right now. It's just not there. You know, this is one of those days where it's honestly probably best to do nothing. I'm going to take a couple of very, very small risks, but I'm not taking any big positions right now because it's not there. It's unfortunate, but it's not there. Pound pairs, I mean, they've come down off the high. Same thing. I mean, we talked about it earlier. I wish I would have taken it short on some of them. It's just hard to know which ones are going to be the right answer, you know, until it actually starts going. I think we're going to be in a range on the pound, and it's just a mess. It's just back and forth. You know, if it's not going to make a trending move by now, we're probably just in a range, and there's nothing to do. There's not, you know, it's flat sideways. You know, there's no trending move here. It's got a big choppy range, and it's dangerous to trade this kind of stuff. So leaving that alone for now. You got pound pairs going two different ways because the pound's choppy, but the other components are moving. You see, like pound dollar's bounced and it's coming back up a little bit, but pound Aussie's, you know, running to the downside. It just depends on the pair. It's not really a great situation there. You know, it's whatever. We'll wait on that. Well, just got stopped out on something. Euro Aussie. All right. It's going to be one of those days. What happened to Euro Aussie? Hold on one second. Yeah, all right. I had a really tight stop on that. Okay, it's fine. I don't want to be in this anymore. Anyway, I just heard it go off. So yeah, that didn't work out. Whatever. If this isn't going to go up, I don't want to be in it. I'm willing to take a, $10 loss on it, whatever. It's going to be one of those days. I'm just going to warn you guys now. It's probably going to be a pretty boring day. But, we'll do the best we can to go through stuff and try to keep it safe and still learn something. I'm not really that interested in too much right now, to be honest. EuroCAD's still probably okay. Just, it's all there. Like, the price action's there. It's just the market's not going. It's not pushing. So, you can't make it move. You just can't make it move. And, same thing here, like this euro pound. If this is going to pull back, it's probably just going to take a while. It's probably going to take a couple hours. It's going to take a few hours for things to happen. So I think that's the situation we're in right now. Is it's just going to be a ranging day, and there's nothing really that we can do about it. Pound yen had a nice little bounce, but it's also in a range. Nothing to do. Pound dollar is just in a range. It's chop. Like, this is chop. It's just back and forth. Like, this is what's likely to happen. Pound Swiss. I mean, it's the whole market. We've already looked at all of this. It's the whole thing. Let me get rid of all this crap off the chart. Same thing. I mean, it's just death wicks. Death wicks on Pound Swiss. Same thing. NASDAQ. Same thing. It's just been flat overnight. It's pulled back. It looked bullish and then rejected and pulled back. So same thing. I mean, this is the problem. You're between buyers and sellers, and it's a really tight range between buyers and sellers. And until something actually happens, until there's some kind of trending move one way or the other, there's nothing to do, because you're in between highs and lows. You're trying to trade between a high and a low. It's probably going to get chopped up. S&P was really good toward the end of the day yesterday. That ended up going up and staying up. I actually closed out. Good trade on that. Dow, same thing. I mean, kind of looks bullish. The S&P and the Dow both look kind of bullish, but they're on the high, so it's not really the greatest time to buy it. What about GJ? Yeah, it's all rangy right now. We'll take another look at it. I know everybody likes pound yen for some reason. I don't know what the fascination with pound yen is, really. It's like a cult following with GJ. I don't understand it, but I mean, I guess I understand it. It's the same thing with, I don't know. Why do some levels, why do people make decisions at when things happen, like a 200 period moving average or whatever? It's because everybody else is doing it. So it just becomes the thing by default. Yeah, that's kind of what the deal is with that. I think it's because everyone else trades it. Everybody else on YouTube trades GJ, that everybody trades it because of that. I think that's what the deal is with that. Just off topic there, I know that GJ has got to be the most traded instrument I've ever seen in Forex. Oil, actually range low on oil. Oil actually may be making a move back up, but it's just in between a high and a low. It's not the right thing. Not a good risk reward. Dollar CAD's wrecked. See what happens with oil today. Again, we got Powell speaking today at 12:30, so that may be a thing. We'll see how that works out with Powell. Man, that stupid Euro Aussie stopped me out and then went all the way back up. All the way back up to the entry. That actually still may be okay. It's alright, I had a tight stop on it. I was going to say if it was going to stay down there, I didn't want to be in it, but it didn't. It just rejected all the way back up. What the heck? This thing spiked down and just rejected all the way back up above the entry. Yeah. So this is what I mean. Just got this choppy mess. Gonna get chopped up today. Trying not to get chopped up. EuroCAD and EuroKiwi are in profit. Barely. But anyway, we'll see if this holds. Watch this for a minute, see if it's going to hold equilibrium here. But yeah, back to YouTube. Gold. It's garbage. It is trash squared. It looks like it may have some upside today, maybe short term. It did look like that, but not now. Actually, it did earlier this morning. Just this structure is just not bullish. Like overall, like this gold is horrible. Horrible structure. What happened? Man, yeah, I think we got the trolls here. Somebody sent a troll. Gold, just in horrible structure. Really horrible. like it. I don't know. It looks like it's just wiki back and forth again. You know, it's like, I think it's going to be like the third or fourth day in a row that nothing's happened there. Aussie yen's bullish, but it's already gone up. Yeah, I don't know. It's already gone up. Nothing to do there. Yeah, so basically that's the market, is nothing's happened yet. There's been no trending move. We're you know, a couple hours deep into London and not really anything's happened yet. So it is what it is. And that Euro Aussie looks bullish. It's crazy. That just stopped me out. It looks, that 1 hour actually looks good. Somebody's about to get a refund and kicked. Just saying. Booted. Hunt. Euro Kiwi. Interesting here. I actually like Euro Kiwi. I wish it would pull back a little bit more. I think this is going to end up going up. So yeah, you know, basically overall, sorry, I'm trying to pay attention to a couple things at once. So yeah, for the YouTube crew, not really a lot's going on today, to be honest. It's garbage squared. Garbage squared. But possibilities. Got possibilities. EuroCAD's actually running. It's trying. Come on, baby, let's go. Give me something. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. EuroCAD's actually structure looks really good. It's just slow. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. It is a maybe. The only thing I'm in currently right now is EuroCAD and Euro Kiwi. Euro Aussie was in, stopped me out, and then turned around and went back the other way. So, good game on that. That's okay. That happens. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, I've explained exactly why in real time, you know, why we were doing it, why we were taking each thing, when I was doing it, why I was doing it. But yeah, Euro Kiwi long, EuroCAD long. About it right now. And watching the pound. Got some uncertainty in the pound today. You know, right now there's just not a lot happening. It's kind of what's going on. Some uncertainty in the pound. We're in between highs and lows and just right in the middle ranging. Just flipping through on other charts here. Yeah, I mean, it's just not. I think the pound is not where the party's at yet. It actually there may be some shorts coming on the pound, to be honest. It's just not really the right entries right now. So it's kind of a bummer. You know, again, it's 5 a.m. New York, and not really anything's happened yet in London. It's just, you know, again, just another dead day. I don't know what's going on with the market lately. I mean, it's January. You know, yesterday was good. You know, we had trending moves everywhere yesterday, but that's the only day. Like, it's like, you know, we've had 2 or 3 days out of the last 2 weeks that have been normal days. Thursday, you know, we had one good day this, you know, one market trending day this week. And it's Thursday. So, you know, it's Monday and Tuesday were nothing. Basically, just chop. Yesterday was great. As far as the market, like, everything moved yesterday. The dollar, the euro, the pound, everything moved. And today we've got nothing so far. Absolutely nothing in London. So, you know, it's just not the most favorable trading environment right now. But working on it. It's a maybe. Got some possibilities in the euro. The pound, I'm not a fan of the pound. I'm probably just going to stay away from it. Looking at what the pound's doing right now, I'm just not really interested in it. The euro, I think, is going to give better opportunities, personally. We'll see on the dollar. I think we're in a range in the dollar, too. So the dollar may be a mess. The euro's actually got some promise. Some of the euro pairs are a maybe. I just, don't know how far they're going to go. I don't really expect any massive moves, but it's a maybe. Right now that, again, I think the market sometimes waits for Powell to speak. Euro pound is really interesting. Got some pullbacks there. I'm watching this one. If it would give me just a little bit more on a pullback, I'd be interested in that. I think that's going to make a huge move sometime. It could be next week. It looks like it's going to make a big move to the upside soon. And I'm interested in taking pullbacks on this. A little bit more. If it'll go down just a little bit more, give me something. Just give me a better deal. Missed it earlier. Just give me this level again, and I'll get into it. Anyway, craziness. So anyway, let me check the chat here on YouTube, and we'll kind of get back to what we're doing. EuroCAD. Yeah, gold has been pretty terrible. Yeah, gold's normally good. It's just been the last couple days. It had that dump, which was, obviously great. If you caught it short, this really good volatility dump the last week. But this week it's just been nothing. We've had 3 or 4 days of sideways on gold. So it's just kind of nothing really. I'm trying to stay safe right now. Sometimes defending capital is the answer. Not losing is just as good as winning sometimes. And just not taking too much risk. Not taking big, huge positions, and in an environment that's just not favorable for trading. You end up in a choppy environment trying to swing for the fences. You're going to get absolutely chewed up. So it's just sometimes it's just best to just wait and see what Powell's going to say. I don't know. Considering taking this euro pound and just taking a position on it. I'm going to wait and watch this, but if this doesn't break the low on euro pound, I may take a stab on this. I think there's a possibility there. I wish it would come back a little more, but it might not get a chance here. Anyway, just kind of watching right now. Maybe some of these things go. It's a big maybe right now, and that's okay. Some days are just like that. Big old maybe. A lot of potential out there, but no movers yet. And again, just objectively looking at everything. What's actually happened. Has anything made a move? Dollar? No. Euro Aussie? No. Euro Kiwi? No. It's still in the range. It's trying. Euro CAD? No. Euro dollar? No, but it's bullish because the dollar's weak. This is one I wish I could take back when we were talking about it back here, and just taking the average right here, taking the average position, because now it's on the way up. Flip the daily candle bullish, it's on the way. Just wish it would. Yeah, I was gonna say I wish I would have taken that risk on that, because the dollar is bearish. This makes sense. It would make sense that this goes up. Messy price action, but it makes sense. And again, it's a low of a big range down here, so this makes sense to me. There may be an opportunity to get back in euro dollar. Still hasn't left though yet. Euro pound hasn't left, but this is tempting. This one's getting juicy here. Honestly, if this clock ticks down on this candle and this is still holding, I may take this. Okay, we got one that moved. What happened? Euro Swiss. Swiss must have died. Okay, Swiss franc died. Something actually left. Ooh, don't close that. Something actually left a range here. So that's promising. You know, it's promising for the euro. You know, structure makes sense. You know, how many times have we talked about this? This makes sense. You know, just to understand what happened here. You're going to see this a lot here. This price action, but the mechanic of what happened here. You know, hold a consolidation, accumulate contracts, get everybody going one way, and then slam it the other way. It's very common manipulation tactic here. I mean, it's just the way, it's just how it is. So yeah, good one there. Good run. Probably should have picked up on that, but you know, it's just, it's, you know, it started going bullish, you know, same thing. I mean, we looked at all these things. It just, this one ended up running because the Swiss died. So the Swiss franc is sold off. Something's going on there. So it's too late. You know, it's already moved. You know, if it'll pull back a little bit, it had multiple opportunities on it, just wasn't paying attention to it. You know, when this started to go, you know, could have just taken it here twice, could two or three times, had an opportunity to take the average just on the way out. It's just, you never know which thing is going to go. Sometimes it's hard to know which thing's actually going to move. Euro yen's trying. Euro yen's actually trying to leave. Not a fan of it, but maybe. There's a lot of traffic here to the left. You're just running into traffic. You're bumping your head up against the ceiling. I don't think this is going to be a very quick move, but it's actually trying to go. So maybe something's happening, you know, we'll see. The pound is crap. The pound is just garbage today. Not interested in it right now. This had a chance to make a trending move and it didn't. It pulled back down and now it's just in a range sideways. Pound yen, same thing. It's just back in the sideways, nothing to do. Just not even interested in it. Pound CAD, same thing. It's just, it's going back and forth. And this kind of stuff takes hours to resolve. There's no entry here. Pound Swiss, this is pumping because the Swiss died. Yeah, this makes sense. I don't really expect this to go very far though. This is just Swiss weakness that pushed this up. We'll wait and see what happens here. Maybe. We'll wait and see. It's not really amazing, just price action wise. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. Not a big fan of the price action there. This is just the weakness in the Swiss that's pulling this up. The pound overall is just not great. It's kind of weak to rangy. Same thing on this. It's just nothing. It's just back in a range. Just meh. It's meh. I wouldn't be surprised if the pound goes short later. It's just not really the right decision to short it now. You know, it's risky to try to short it. Because you got both, you know, you got higher lows and lower highs at the same time. You know, this is contracting down. Same thing, pound Kiwi, nothing. NASDAQ, nothing, it's flat. S&P, definitely nothing. It's definitely flat. There's just no volatility at all. It's just flat. Dow, same thing. Short-term bullish, but it hasn't really gone anywhere yet. Short-term bullish, we'll wait on this. Anyway, you know, later on in the morning, this will probably start picking up. Dollar CAD, it's actually left the range, but I don't know. This is one of those things where, you know, like the other day we had a couple like this where it just kind of meh, just slow. Like I don't know if there's going to be a big drop here. Maybe. It's already so low that it's unlikely to have a huge drop straight down, you know, as far as in the weekly. This is already very low in a weekly context. So I would say it's unlikely to have a big move down, especially now that we've already broken a low. You know, you got shorts closing and stuff down here. It's just, this may be slow. There's no trade here on dollar CAD really. all this crap. Oil's a maybe because of where this is price action wise. I was just looking at this a minute ago. Just going through everything again. Just take a second, third, fourth look at everything. Got a possible range low here, very well defined on the low. So, and we just bounced off of it again. So, you know, it's a maybe to go break this high right here. You know, that kind of thing. That's a possibility. And it's putting in some short-term price action here. Just looking at, you know, this is kind of squaring up here, bullish. Like I could see this moving higher on oil. I would watch oil. You know, daily candle just flip bullish. I would watch it. It's a maybe on oil. I don't know. I'd rather take it on a pullback, but I would watch it because it just bounced off of a pretty clear low. So, you know, maybe this is going to go retest the high. Possibility. Man, tough day today. Just honestly, this is one of those days where you just stay out and wait. Got a whole bunch of nothing going on right now, a bunch of chop. There's no discernible direction anywhere. It's just choppy. We have Sniper posting charts. What you got? Here, well, I'll see. Looking at Euro Aussie daily. Yeah. So right now, what's actually happening? The Swiss franc is dying. The Aussie's pumping, and that's about it. Everything else is flat. Pound's flat. Yen's flat. The dollar's flat. The euro is pretty flat. The CAD is pretty flat. The Kiwi's pretty flat. The Aussie is pumping hard, and the Swiss is dumping hard, and that's about it. There's not really anything happening. So try to stay safe here. It's just like the dollar, you know. This just put in, you know, bullish, short-term bullish on the low because it's got all the way back to the low of the range. You know, this is the thing, is it's not really a short yet. So just try to stay safe here. Got a whole bunch of nothing going on, guys, unfortunately. Taking a risk on a couple things, but there's just not really, I don't know. Yeah, you can't make the market move. You can't force the market to give you an opportunity. So, do the best you can. Just wait. Sometimes waiting's the right answer. Yeah, just watch it for a minute. Talk about life. See what's going on. Watch the charts. See if something changes. See if there's a change here. You know, the thing is, it's a little late in the morning for no movement. And what that tells me is, I mean, I've just seen this so many times that by this time, if nothing's happened, it's probably not going to. So we'll see what happens going into New York. Figure it out. See what happened with the we got the double impeachment on Trump. Crazy. We have all the best impeachments. Some people are saying it's the greatest impeachment of all time. Lol. We have all the best numbers. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that either. Interesting on Euro pound. That's tempting. We have to. People are saying we have the best impeachment of all time. Yeah, bigly. But yeah, just kind of chilling right now. This is tempting here on Euro pound. It's not terrible. It's not terrible to try to take that there. Oh no, man. It's got a whole bunch of nothing. The euro pulling back down. Dollar's kind of holding. I don't know. Just waiting to see what's going to happen. There's no direction yet. So until there's a direction, it's probably best to just do nothing. I know that's not exciting and that's not what people like, but everybody says, give me a trade. Everybody wants a trade. I want a trade. Me too. It's just sometimes you gotta wait. Euro dollar is interesting. This is another point to potentially buy euro dollar. Euro pound's interesting here because this is pulled back. It's just not the right price action personally. Like it could be a good entry when this pulls back. If this pulls and just pulses again to the upside, and it depends on what the dollar is going to do. This looks tempting on euro dollar. Yeah, I'm just going to stay safe right now. I'm trying not to just get in and out, because that's how you get chopped up. And before you know it, you've gotten chopped up a whole bunch of times. And, sometimes it's just worth it to just wait and see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to watch it for a minute. Try to stay safe. It's tempting to try to buy a dip on euro dollar here, but I'm not a fan of what's going on with all the, everything basically. Everything's back and forth. There's just no movement yet, and that's okay. There's no direction. And when there's no direction, sometimes it's best to just wait until there is a direction. Swiss moved, that's it. But, it's, how do you see that coming? The Swiss franc is about the only thing that's happened. It died. So, unless you were long Swiss franc, you probably haven't caught a trade yet. Or pound Swiss, maybe. Same thing. It's the only thing that moved, but it's because of the Swiss and not the pound or the dollar or the euro. There's no base component moving. So if you got lucky and you caught the Swiss, good game. Good game on that. Hope somebody caught it. Yeah. Ranging, nothing. No. Again, you can't make the market move. Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 minute. Be right back, and we'll take a look at some stuff. See if we can look at another angle here. Give me a minute. right. Watching this euro dollar. Oh, what's that? Go ahead. Might have been a hot mic. So yeah, anyway, watching euro dollar here. It's really tempting. Give me a little bit more. Just give me something better. Try to take, if this will come down just a little bit more, take it with a tighter stop. Rather be long than short. It's just not, it's again, not amazing, but I'd rather be long than short watching it. Choppy. Somebody poke it, maybe it'll do something. Somebody call Bogdanov, tell him to pump it. Waiting. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, bunch of stuff going on in the news. See what happens there. Just, speaking of news, yeah, exactly, Marco. We're kind of waiting on Powell. I think it's at 12:30. It's hours from now is the thing. It's a long time from here. It's New York lunchtime. It's like, it's later than normal. I think he normally comes on about, 10:30 in the morning. It's a couple hours later than normal. Come on, pound. You can do it. It's just, I think, and we've seen this in the past. We've talked about this many times, is that when Powell is going to speak, sometimes everybody sits on their hands and waits. You don't want to make any big money decisions until you hear what Powell's going to have to say. I think it's been a little bit since he's really made any remarks. It's been a couple weeks, so everybody's probably just waiting. Unfortunately, it's just, that might be the situation we're in today, is that people may be waiting to hear what Powell's going to say. Before any big money decisions are made, or maybe I tend to think that there are other things that drive the markets, but it's another story. Come on, euro. Still possible. Pound ever do. Man, that euro pound is, again, talking about taking the risk. Good reaction off of the level here. Should, again, watching this. This is a possibility here. It's a possibility on euro pound. I still think that there's a possibility that the euro goes up today. It's just not quick right now. Watching it. See what we get. One more little dip here on euro dollar. I might get interested on that. It's holding, the daily candle's holding bullish. That's a good thing. It's just not bullish on the daily. It's just, it looks like crap, but if this goes up today, that's going to look very different. It's a big if. So yeah, it's kind of watching. Anyway, what's going on in the news? Let's see what we got. Data wise, I think we've already gone over this. It's today, Thursday. Yeah, you got Powell. That's it. Unemployment claims at 8:30. It's nothing. It's not important. Everybody already knows it's bad. Nothing to do there. Nat gas storage. If you trade nat gas, cut expected. Just nothing. Yeah, I think the unemployment claims are pretty much baked in. It's priced in. Everybody knows it's bad. No surprise there. And when there's no surprise, there's no trade. Yeah, a bunch of crazy news in the U.S. Oh yeah, death worm. Yeah, that's crazy. There's pictures of the National Guard sleeping in the halls of the Capitol building. That is just surreal. That is a really crazy image to see that. Thing. But yeah, it's crazy to see that. Troops sleeping in the halls. Nuts to see that, sleeping in the Capitol building. Yeah, I heard they have like, it's just not normal. Yeah, I mean it's crazy to see. Yeah, you got National Guard. For people in who aren't in the U.S. The National Guard is like a domestic military force. They protect the homeland. Generally, that's their mission, is to protect the homeland. It's not for foreign deployment. But yeah, they to see National Guard troops just sleeping in the halls of the Capitol building, like it's surreal to see that. It's wild. Yeah, and yeah, I've seen some crazy videos, then some new videos of that, of police allowing people in. Yeah, I saw a video yesterday, uh, of a new video that I'd never seen of police letting people in, and it was like, whoa! Like they just opened the doors and stepped aside, and the cop goes, I disagree with it, but go ahead. And they got him on camera saying that. I was like, what? Like, seriously? Yeah, it's crazy to see this. National Guard troops sleeping, look, guns everywhere. Got a saw. It's a 249 saw. Like that's a that's a saw. It's a machine gun. Just sleeping in the halls of the Capitol building. Yeah, it's like a 249. It's crazy. 249. It's just I saw one leaning up against the wall. Looked like a saw. Yeah, as I say, a saw is a it's a different kind of gun. That's not something you can get civilian. Like it's a light machine gun. It's an LMG. It's fires a big round, and a lot of them. It's a belt fed machine gun. Just sitting in the halls of the Capitol building. Crazy. Nuts. All leaning up against the wall. It's wild to see that. But anyway, yeah, you got some crazy stuff going on here in the U.S. here right now. I don't know what's going on, but if they impeach Trump again, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean he has to leave, but yeah, I think it's right. I think it's a procedural thing. Exactly. So they can strip him of benefits. Another thing I actually saw that was interesting, which I didn't know, I saw yesterday, they said had breaking, it was a breaking news situation. I need to look at it. I was too tired last night. But they said that apparently the state of New York is preparing a criminal case against Donald Trump right now, and they're waiting for him to be out of the White House. They said the DA, the district attorney, is gathering witnesses, and they're preparing a criminal case. The state of New York's about to sue him. They're waiting for him to get out of office, and they're getting ready to fire on that. So I don't know what that's about. Apparently they're preparing a criminal case, and I just never looked it up. See what's going on. They were just talking about it last night. They said that the district attorney is preparing a criminal case against Donald Trump, waiting for him to be out. See what's up with that. News about it. Just talking about it last night. So who knows what that's about. They didn't say why. I don't know if it had to do with the Capitol stuff or what, or something else. But they said New York. Oh yeah. Forensic accounting. That's what they were talking about. So it's something else. It has to do with money. Yeah. The New York DA was getting with the head prosecutors. They were trying to hire forensic accounting specialists. They're preparing a criminal case that has to do with financial things for Trump. They were just talking about this last night. So they're saying apparently they're waiting for him to get out of the White House, and they're trying to see if he's going to pardon himself. They're saying that legally, if he pardons himself, that's an admission of guilt legally, and if there's an admission of guilt, then he can be there can be civil cases, and he can be sued in civil court. So if he pardons himself, then there's this weird legal mumbo jumbo with it. If he does pardon himself and his top aides, then that opens them up to civil cases because it's legally an admission of guilt. So that's something I didn't know. But yeah, anyway, they're talking about that. Apparently stuff's about to hit the fan, so we'll see. I think they're going to drag this out as part of what's going to go on. I think they're going to, I don't know. I think, Democrats may make a mistake by keeping the spotlight on Trump, even if it's negative publicity. Some people say any publicity is good publicity, even bad publicity is good publicity. But, if they keep the spotlight on Trump, that's going to take away from, the next administration and take away from the things that, people need help with, all the COVID stuff. It's funny how you haven't heard anything about COVID while all this is going on. The vaccines, that's all disappeared from the news. It's always how that works. Hold on, this euro pound's looking good. Watching this, I think this is going to print a green candle soon. But yeah, anyway, it's interesting. I think they're going to spend so much time going after him that it's going to kind of take the spotlight away. I also have a theory about the 25th Amendment of why they're not doing that. I think they're going the impeachment route, and not the 25th Amendment route, being incapacitated mentally, because there's probably going to be an argument that could be made for Biden, the same thing. If they go after the 25th Amendment with Trump and say he's mentally incapacitated and can't perform his duties and we need to remove him, you could probably make a case for Biden too with all the crazy stuff he says. So I think they're trying to avoid that, from the future, that who knows what Biden might say. And if they go after Trump for the 25th Amendment, then there's going to be a lot of calls to go after Biden for the same thing, because he says a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense, so I think they're going the impeachment route and not the 25th Amendment route for a reason, because I think, again, you could make the case that Biden says a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense, and it sounds like he doesn't even know where he is half the time. So they may make that same case and say, well, you went after Trump for it, let's go after Biden for it, for the same thing. Listen to all the stuff he says. He said like 700 million people were killed by COVID or something like that the other day, like not that long ago. It's like that's twice as many people are in the country. Like, it's not true. Like, if he says a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense, even if it's a mistake, they could make that argument that, he's mentally incapacitated, especially as time goes on. I mean, look at where he's starting now and what it's going to be like 4 years from now. Who knows, man? Probably going to hear a lot from Kamala Harris and not very much from Joe Biden toward the end of the administration. I don't know. He's already looking pretty tired. We'll see how that goes. We're entering a time here where there's going to be some shifts. We're going to be a lot of things changing, a lot of different direction in policy. And again, as applied to the market, we'll see how that goes. Again, we've talked about this many times about the polar shift we're about to get in economic policy. So we'll see. What happened? Really? Nice, dude. That's what you want. Come on, you're a Cuban. Yeah. Good, man. That's what you want. That's what you want. Get a job doing something that you like, of course. Yeah, or something that you've been working with. Yeah, that's good, dude. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it, man. Why not? That's, give it a shot. Yeah, you can post whatever you want. Go ahead.
Strike indicator, and I put it on the market.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, nice, man.
Yeah. Nothing to do with what you're taught me. I just took candlestick pattern and went, okay, here's how to highlight it. And then I added a sort of
put it on like the MT4 market.
Yeah, a predictor.
Yeah, I've considered doing that. Let me know how that goes. I've considered doing stuff like that. I don't know if people actually, use it or what. I don't know. I'm curious to let me know how that goes.
One demo trade. I got one demo download, but it's an indicator, so nothing has happened. But if it makes one sale, I will be a happy duck.
Yeah, right. No, I totally understand that. Yeah, cool. Good deal. Good deal. I forgot to unmute.
Everything's coming up.
Everything's you're on the come up, man. They're on the come up. That's good. That's always a good thing. Forgot YouTube couldn't hear you guys. Are probably wondering who I'm talking to. Yeah, I'll unmute you guys for a minute. So we're live on YouTube. So anyway, it's kind of
that was that Black Box was talking to.
Yeah, we're
that's
talking
itself. That's farm.
So yeah, sometimes we have to talk about life and what's going on in the world when the market's not moving, and then maybe the market will start going here. Euro dollar's tempting. Euro pound's really tempting here. I don't like the daily on euro dollar, but it looks like it's going to go up short term. I'm trying to leave that one alone. It just looks so tempting. Yeah, so basically nothing's happening. We'll take a spin through for YouTube here. Euro Kiwi took a pump there for a second and then skirted everybody out, and then it's just doing nothing.
Man, I was excited, man. The charts play with my feelings too much.
Let's go. Maybe it'll go. Maybe it'll go here in a little bit. I mean, it looks good. Like the structure, it's not a bad trade idea. Like the structure looks good. I could see this moving up just a little bit, at least a little bit. It just hasn't done it yet. EuroCAD's the same thing. Like it looks great. It looks incredible. It's just not moving. So we'll see. We'll see on that. But yeah, spin through dollar. Dollar's looking pretty rough. Honestly, it doesn't look very good. So that's, again, hopefully it'd be nice if the dollar went down a little bit. And that might set up some trades. Euro Aussie came back and stopped me out and then went back up. It's just going nowhere, back and forth. Euro Kiwi is actually moving a little bit. We took that in the group this morning. It's not up very much. It's only up a couple pips. It's up though. $8.81. Let's go. I got a quarter lot on it. I just put a little quarter on it. Let's go. $8 in profit. I need more than that. I need to see a bigger move. Maybe it'll go. EuroCAD, same thing. It's a maybe. Structure, it just looks great. It looks really good. There's some really serious potential for this to move. A EuroCAD. It's probably the best looking chart. It's got to be the best looking chart right now. Euro pound is actually not bad either on this pullback. This could be a good pullback. What this might look like later, hold on a second. It could be, this kind of thing. That might look really good later. And this could be the entry. It's just one of those things where you got to take the risk on it long and, just make, as long as you got to stop in, just make sure you got to stop. And if for some reason this turns around, it could be a really good trade. Oh, come on. That's good close. Good close on the euro. Pumped at the end of the candle. Good close. Come on. Come on. That was a good close. I just don't know how far it's going to go. I think EuroCAD's got the biggest potential. Euro Kiwi looks good. It's got the biggest probably long-term potential, but it's going to have to do a lot. We'll see. It's a maybe. Euro pound. I'm watching this one. If it'll come back just a little bit more, might take a risk on that. Hasn't done anything yet. Euro dollar, that was a good close.
Higher depending on Euro GBP. I'm already in it.
Yeah.
From the center.
Yeah, it looks. I would. Yeah, I'd say that's the right place to be. I'm waiting to see if it comes back.
Below bottom ash.
Yep. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. That's it.
See.
Yep. I've got it up on another chart. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm watching it. I'm watching it right now because I'm looking for a potential entry on it. As this grinds down, these candles get smaller and smaller. You may get a move back up. So it's watching it, but I'm only going to take it if it'll go lower. Trying to be patient on it. It's just, it looks like it's going to go. Like the chart itself looks good. Like this price action looks good. Euro dollar is another one that's maybe. If the dollar dies, euro dollar's got a sizable move just to go retest the high. I think it's going to end up dying eventually, but short term maybe. You know, I think there may be a day of upside coming on it if the dollar's going to go down. Watching it. So anyway, it's a maybe. Euro yen's not really that great. It already moved. Yeah, euro dollar's a maybe. It could be good. Like this could be like a range low, and it may go up and retest the high. Like I'd rather be long. I just wish I was long from lower. We'll see. We'll see if it's going to move. It's already moved quite a bit. Yeah, if it'll pull back, maybe. Pound Aussie is just nothing really. It's just in a range. It's kind of choppy. It's in between a high and a low. Pound Kiwi, same thing. It's in between a high and a low. It's choppy. There's no move here. There's no trending move. There's no direction. Pound CAD, same thing. It's just back in the middle. It's just chopping back and forth. It's not, there's no directional move. Pound yen, there's no directional move. It's in between a high and low. It's just right in the middle. No reason to mess with it. Pound dollar, same thing. It's right in the middle, in between a high and a low. It's just, it's right in the middle. There's not really, it's already come up and it's coming up into a bunch of sellers. So it's just, again, it's not favorable. It looks, the pound is just garbage. The Swiss actually dumped. This is one of the only thing that's happened is the Swiss dumped and pushed pound Swiss up, but it's still not great. It's selling off. Like the structure is just not great. It's already moved and broken a high. It's not the right time for me personally to buy it. NASDAQ sold off a little bit. Take a look at that in a minute on another chart. S&P, same thing, sold off just back to the bottom of the range. There's really no trade here. It's just condensing down. Same thing on the Dow. It's just condensing down. There's no trade. There's no entry yet. Today is an exercise in patience, I believe. I think that's what we got here. Trying to stay patient. Dollar CAD. Meh. No trade. It's too low to short it, but it's not bullish yet. That makes sense. It's short-term bearish, but it's too low to sell it. It's not my thing. Oil, same thing. It's in between. It's just choppy in between the high and low. Went up, made a high, came down, broke the low, and now it's just back in the middle. So we'll see if there's some move here, but this is just, it's whipsaw. We're in a whipsaw. Looks a lot like the pound, actually, on oil. Gold's crap. It's garbage. Bearish. Short-term bearish, but it's already dropped, so there's no reason to sell it now. Take a look at that one too in a minute. Let's actually look at this on the other side. Look at this with x-ray vision, see what we got. It's bearish short term, lower the range. Easy call. It's probably going to end up down here. But it's not really an amazing trade, you know. I would rather be short than long. It looks like it's, you know, heading down. Lower high, rolling over, looking to break the low. Probably going to end up at the low of the range down here, just in a big chop. You know, it's probably just doing this kind of thing. I don't think it's going to go that far though. Big, it's kind of blown out. The range is big. Euro Kiwi's running. What happened? Euro Kiwi took off. All right, there we go. Got some profit. Stop on whatever that was, Euro Aussie. See. Yeah, I'll wait and let's see if this is going to go up a little more. EuroCAD's trying. I like EuroCAD. I'm willing to sit through this because of the price action. Unless this turns over and goes and breaks the low, the price action on EuroCAD is worth it. I'm willing to sit through this and just let it do what it's got to do. If we're going to be in a dead market for a little bit, that's fine as long as price action holds. Because the structure on that is just, it's worth it. I think the position is worth it. Looking to get to the top of the range on that. We need to watch this actually. If this will push up one little bit, might take profit on this and just secure the bag. Honestly, this is, you know, if you could put your stop at break even on this probably by now, depending on how your spread is. And if it's going to go back down, then, you know, at least you don't lose anything. It's probably not a bad idea to either tighten your stop up or, you know, move it to break even. You could take profit on this too. It's a couple pips. I'm going to wait personally. You know, it's 13 pips in profit. I'm going to wait on it and see if we can get back to the top of the range, but got something at least. Better than nothing. Yeah, gold's crap. Got a crap market today. Bitcoin's back at 38. But you got a potential lower high. I'm watching it. I want to see if it's going to break the high. And if this rolls over and makes a lower high, I'm going to start getting geared up for that. Euro Aussie again. It just looks like it's going bullish again. Stop me out. It's going back up. I don't know. Let's take a spin through the 4 hours here. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. Take a sip of this.
Mic check. No. Hey, oh, go on, go on.
Hero and ZD playing with my feelings again. What is that?
What are you short or what's going on? Oh, it's raining. Okay.
I bought
Honestly, honestly, it's not bad for a buy, man.
it. Exactly. I
Let me
won
show
one.
you. Yeah, yeah.
I'm almost done, guys. Give me 1 second. Got to fiddle with this cold brew situation. Got my jail coffee going because we're waiting on the waiting on the Keurig to get here in the mail. Had a Keurig coffee machine that broke. It just stopped working. I don't know, it's some electrical weirdness. And they're sending us another one, so I got to wait for that. Making jail coffee in the meantime. Cold brew. Can we take a look at gold? Yeah, we've looked at gold quite a few times. Yeah, we'll take a look at gold again, but there's not much to look at yet, but we'll take a look at it. Hold on, give me just a minute. Let's be right back, and we'll continue this day on. Sometimes you just gotta wait, and things will just work themselves out. Give me a minute, be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's see what we got here. And we got more wreckage. Heroes dumping again. What we got? She got a sniper. What are you in today? You're a Kiwi. Yeah. Big consolidation. Yeah. I would tend to agree with that. You know, if it goes lower, maybe. If it's not going to go from here, then yeah. If it's not going to go up, you know, if it's not going to travel back up to the top of the range from here after making a higher low, then may wait. But you got to take a risk, because what if it took off? What if it did go? Yeah. It didn't make it to the top of the range, so whatever. See what we got. Nothing really changed. I mean, the dollar's back in the middle. Just kind of a dead London session. Crap. You know, but, you know, sometimes not jumping in and out of stuff. You know, defending capital is just as good as making money. Oh. Stopped out. Not quite yet. I don't know why. Didn't get stopped out yet. Oh, it's close. Yeah. Stop. It's like right here. It's close. Might as well just close it, but close. Just leave it open. Yeah. So this is just going to be ranging here. You know, it's just in a range. It could, you know, it could go back to the low of the range and bounce, or it just doesn't look like it's going to have a big move to the downside today. It just didn't go. It was in profit and took it all back. So it was going. It just took it all back. So anyway, I don't know what to do about this. It's small enough. I could just leave it, but I don't know. See what's going on. If this will come back up to break even or close, I may close it. EuroCAD I'm okay with. I'm okay with that. We'll see. Euro pound is still okay. See, doing here. This is interesting on this, on Euro pound. You know, it's possible. It's not over yet. It's possible that, you know, you get this kind of thing here. This is why I was watching this level, you know, on the way back. So I was saying, you know, if this will pull back to that level, it's probably going to be a good time to take it. Just waiting to see what it's going to do. You know, if this starts to leave the range, you probably want to be long here. You know, so it's, you know, we'll see. We're just not getting any movement in the base pairs or your base components. You know, if you isolate the pound, the euro, and the dollar here, not a lot happening. There's been no trending move over the last 4 hours. You know, it's just chop back and forth. There's been some volatility in the pound, but no direction. Nothing in the dollar, nothing in the euro, really. It looked like it was going to go and then took it back. So we'll see if it makes a higher low. I don't know, maybe. There's just nothing happening, which that's okay. Sometimes no position is a position, you know, because you're defending capital. You're bullish on your account balance. I'm bullish on my account balance right now. Trying to stay out of the chop. Still take good opportunity, but stay out of the chop. And it's easier said than done sometimes. You know, it's kind of one of those things where if you don't take a risk, you're not going to get it. Yeah, and this is the only thing that's happened is the Swiss franc. The Swiss franc dumped and then it quit. And now look at it. You got an hour and a half of literally nothing. Just death chop back and forth for an hour and a half. It had one push and that was it. And it was just because of the Swiss died. That's the only reason that even moved. So What do you do? And this is the thing, you know, like euro yen here, same thing. You know, if this isn't going to move and actually make a trending move here, and this comes back into range like this, it's probably just going to chop like this for the rest of the day. You know, for hours. It's going to take hours now. If this is going to come back in, probably going to take hours for this to work itself back out. You know, and by the time, you know, be the day will be over and nothing's happened. You know, it's just not there. That's okay. We'll do the best we can today. Maybe something will happen. We'll wait for Powell and try to stay positive on it. It's just, you know, I can kind of see what's going on here, and it's nothing. I can already see that nothing's going to happen, and just price action. What's happened so far, the fact that there wasn't a move, just tells me there's not going to be. So we'll see. See if Powell says anything interesting. 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if Powell says anything interesting, and maybe get a big range on pound yen. Big choppy range. It's not a short here. Wouldn't do anything. I mean, you got a lower high, but I would guess that this is going to go lower on pound yen. It's just not it's not a good place to enter it. Pound CAD's already dropped so much. It's, you know, not really a good place to enter. It's best to stay out of that. So we'll watch. Trying to think of what we could do. Nothing to do yet. Gonna wait and let things get to where they're gonna go. Pound Kiwi, I mean, you could take a chance on this short. I'd rather be short. About to get stopped out on Euro Kiwi pretty soon. Yeah. Maybe going back down to break the low today. Pound Kiwi short is probably not a bad idea. It's just not the best idea either. Yeah, I don't know. Let this candle close. If this closes bearish and the next candle pulls back up, I may try to short a pullback on it. Yeah, it looks like, you know, the pound short is the right answer. And it was the right answer from 3 o'clock in the morning. Just didn't take it. Some of the other pound pairs, though, are just not in a good place to sell. Pound Kiwi may have room. Pound Swiss, like, look at this price action. There's nothing there. That's not a short. That's not a short. Pound yen's not a short. Hasn't broken the low. Pound dollar's just not a short yet. Pound Kiwi's the only one that's actually broken the low and shown a direction. It's pretty clean underneath it. If this would pull back up, you know, maybe taking a shot on getting back to the low of the range, maybe getting a stop and profit. I don't know. It's a crapshoot. It's not really the best trade. It's one of those things where I look at, you know, I'd rather be short than long, but it's already dropped and it's not a favorable position to take. If it would pull back up a little bit, I might take a shot on it short and just guess that it's going to go down. I think let's take a look at higher time frames, something. Yeah, like this 1 hour. This is a possibility here if this closes bearish in 20 minutes. If the next candle pulls back up and fails right here, if the next candle is up like that and fails, may short this level and anticipate that we're going to go down like that. That would make sense. So there may be something coming. The kind of thing, let it develop. let it show you the move, and then we'll figure it out. You know, if this candle closes bearish like this, it's going to be, you know, fade any green on the next one. The next candle. Take the next candle short. Just taking it low right here is probably not a good idea because the next one's probably going to pull back up. And if it does, you know, you may get a better entry. You know, we'll just look for these kind of things. You know, this pound Aussie's kind of the same thing. Looks like it's going to go down, but I would wait for this candle to close. It's again like shorten, like kind of a shorten the low. It's not good. Not really a great entry. Dollar's ranging, nothing to do. So yeah, we got old Poopy Pants Pal messing up the market today. God, this is wrecked. I just take the stop on this. It's close. Yeah, I mean, it's just going down. Sometimes it's best to just take the stop. I hate to do it after it's already dropped a lot, knowing that it's probably going to pull back up a little bit and then reject. But yeah, Euro Kiwi didn't work out. It was worth a shot. It was in profit. It just didn't stay there. I don't know what that was, you know, Kiwi pump. Yeah, it was rolling over lower high. That's what happened. And it pumped back up.
There's a previous... Sorry, baby.
No, go ahead.
There's a previous center line on Euro NZD that is trying to close above, but if that breaks, man, it's wrecked. Yeah. Yep, I see. Back from a couple days ago. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's the thing, you know, can it hold that? Exactly, let's see. I don't know. Yeah, I just hate this to get out of it now and then it goes back up and gives you a chance to get out. You know, I don't know. It just didn't work out. You know, it's okay. It was worth a shot. You know, it took a smaller position. It was worth a shot. EuroCAD's still much better structure, but it hasn't gone either. You know, the price action's much better there, but it, you know, this thing's just not moving. You know, look at it. It's just wicks, just crap. Just nothing. Like, it's not doing anything. Same thing. It's just not going. You know, so it's okay. The only one is holding up. It's EG. Yeah. The only one didn't die on me yet. Yeah. Yeah, this is another one that it's just, you know, it's good price action overall. You know, like on the macro, like this is pretty good price action. I mean, okay, kind of a double bottom type of situation here. And it's just holding, you know, it hasn't pushed yet. There's a possibility though that this goes. The pound dies, you know, this is going to run. Yeah, it just hasn't done it yet. That's okay. You know, try to defend capital today. Find something to do. Watching. Flipping through 1 hour, see what we got. Same thing on the dollar. Like, you know, it's pulled back up, but it's, you know, it's just coming right back into traffic where, you know, where sellers are. So it's not really great. And it's just not good price action. Unless something happens, you know, until something actually moves. There's just nothing to do there. Euro Aussie just broke the low again, but I'm not selling it down that low. That's wrecked on Euro Kiwi. That was a dirty trick. It was bullish. I was just looking to get up here just a little bit more. Anything. Just give me anything more. And just mega sell off. Sucks, man. It's out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't know. EuroCAD just not going anywhere yet. We'll see. That was a pretty bearish candle. That's not good what it just printed. So see if it breaks the low. If it doesn't break the low, then it's still possible. Structure's good on it. Just didn't work out.
gonna get stopped out today. Just not gonna take anything else unless it's a good opportunity, because the market's not there today. And some days it's like that. You can't see it ahead of time, and then you go back and look at it later and it's like, wow, nothing happened. But it's, it was worth a shot at the time. So, if you don't take the chance, you're not going to get any profit. You just try to make the best decision that you can, take the most informed decision that you can possibly take, and then try to manage the risk. And if the market, sometimes the market just doesn't cooperate, and we're in one of those days right now. And it's probably because of Powell. This happens a lot. When Powell's going to speak, sometimes you just get a dead market. Everybody's waiting. Nobody's looking to take any positions until they know what he's going to say. Know what Fed policy is going to be. Any kind of hint of, any kind of projection out into the future. People just wait. They sit on their hands and wait. So we might have one of those days. So yeah. Yeah, just kind of go watch it going into New York. Try to reduce the damage. Yeah, it's getting stopped out here on whatever this is, Euro QE. Stopped out. Wrecked. It's worth a shot. Just, what do you do? Things low, it starts to go bullish, doesn't make it, and just dies out of nowhere. It stopped at a weird spot. Nothing you can do about it. Whatever, it didn't hold. Wrecked on that. Staying in EuroCAD. I'll wait. Just gonna take stops today, unfortunately. At least it's not bad. I was just taking very small positions, smaller than I could have taken. Smaller moves, just nibbles until we could figure out what the market's going to do. The only thing that's frustrating about these days is the lack of opportunity. It's not, as long as you're managing the risk, it's fine. It's taking smaller positions, taking a chance. And if it doesn't work out, it's not a big deal. You're not going to get wiped out. But it's the lack of opportunity that's frustrating. Sit there and you look at it and it's like, I look at a 4-hour chart and I just know that nothing's going to happen today. It's just like, what do we do for the next 8 hours? Play Call of Duty or something. It's one of those days. Wait for Powell. After lunchtime. And it's like nothing's going to happen for like the next 6 hours. So let's see if we can find something. See if we can find some something safe. Pound Swiss. Yeah, wrecked. My phone telling me I got stopped out. I know, thank you. Thank you for informing me. Yeah, so wrecked. All good. Wait and see what happens. Yeah, it's just going to take stops today, unfortunately. The market's not working out, and that's okay. Just going to be one of those days. There's no magic. There's nothing you can do if the market's not moving. If there's no move and things are staying in a really, really tight range, the only thing that you can do is not trade. People don't like to hear that, but the smart move is to not do anything and just chill out. Talk about life, solve life's problems. Use it as a learning experience. But yeah, there's nothing really to do. Interesting on the Dow there. Might be getting some kind of reversal on the S&P. If you trade the S&P, looks like that's going to go back up. I would much rather be long there, you know, from the bottom of the range. That actually looks okay, short term. And if you're just looking for something that's actually putting in something better than everything else. Dollar CAD's interesting. This is going to be one of those, like we talked about the other day, that just swoops back up, just slow grind back up. That's what it looks like. Just a slow grind back up. I would guess that this is going to come back into the range, but not go very far on dollar CAD. The maybe. Dollar doing.
Are you still in ECAD?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's the thing is, I was gonna tell you about it, right? We were talking about something else. There was a fib level to the. It rejected nicely on it. So what it's doing now is coming for retest just in case. I don't know what's your entry, but if I was in, I would just put it below that wick, the stop loss.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to do but wait on it. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's either going to make, just waiting to see if it's going to break the low. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a short. I know that. But
no.
Yeah,
I think it's just coming for retest here, probably, hopefully.
It just didn't go. You know, the market didn't go. You know, it's hard to know that ahead of time. But yeah, I mean, I can see where it rejected. You know,
I had a very old fib there and rejected on the 50.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, price action wise, it didn't make it above this consolidation. It tried, just didn't go. So we'll see if it breaks the low. If it breaks the low, whatever.
What is that?
I don't want to be short. Yeah, I don't want to be short. So
no.
I mean, it's already below your statistical low of the week. Like, there's no way I'm shorting this. You know, it was worth it. It was worth a shot long. It just didn't go. But it's not like it's nothing. Like, I don't know. Is anybody in anything that's in profit? Yeah, just wondering. Yeah, I don't know if anybody ended up taking anything that's good. Euro Aussie is actually interesting right there. I mean, you know, look at this. I mean, you got bullish price action on the low down here. It just looks like another opportunity to take it. You know, the question is, do you take it? You know, that consolidation right there. You know, it's just again. You know, this 4 hour actually looked okay. It's just, do you take the risk on it? I mean, just put in a bullish candle on the bottom. Yeah, sometimes you got to take price action as it comes. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. You know, just defending capital today. If at 3 o'clock in the morning before everything happens, you know, before London moves, like, you don't know if it's going to move or not. And if it doesn't, then there's not, you know, it's really easy to go back later and say, you know, look at, you know, this thing rejected here, or this didn't go up, or like Euro Kiwi, this thing ended up dying. You know, it's easy to say that later, but, you know, you don't know at the time. And if you don't take the risk, you know, what if it does slam up? You know, if it does slam to the upside and you missed it, you know, that kind of thing. It's like Euro, whatever that was, Swiss. You know, the Swiss died just out of nowhere. You know, none of the other Euro pairs did anything, and this just slammed to the upside. You know, you don't know that ahead of time. You know, you just got to take the risk on it. And, you know, if you don't take the risk, you don't get it. You know, it's one of those things, you know, you could have taken it long, could have easily just said, I'm going to take Euro Swiss, and this one could have gone and the other ones could have done nothing. But, you know, it's hard to know that that's going to happen ahead of time. For some reason, the Swiss franc died out. You know, whatever the reason is, it ended up being it just took a dive. It was flat and going up, and then it died out of nowhere. You know, it's just like, you know, you don't know that ahead of time. You know, why this one and not the others. You know, that's kind of the thing, is it's impossible to know that unless you're the reason that it's going up. Unless you caused it, you know. This is interesting on Euro Aussie again. It's just, I don't feel like messing with it, getting back in it. I mean, it just put in, you know, bullish price action at the bottom, a reversal price action at the low of the range. Again, it's a good risk reward. And, you know, with a stop below the low, you're just, you know, if you want to keep trying it, you're going to have to keep taking stops on it. It's not a short. It's just, you know, not right now with that price action. It's just, that's one of those things, you know, do you want to take the risk on it? You know, maybe. Yeah, maybe. You know, it's just like EuroCAD. We don't know if this is going to break the low or not yet. It just didn't go. It didn't take off from there, but that's okay. You know, if it doesn't break the low, then just stay in it. I'm okay with this. I'm totally okay with the price action. Yeah, it's just really easy after the fact to say, you know, look what happened. But, you know, again, if you don't take it, it doesn't matter. So, got to take the shot sometimes. You got to take a risk on it. It's okay to get stopped out. It's no big deal. You know, if the market's just, you know, ends up like this and it doesn't go, you know, it's fine. Just wait till the next, you know, just look forward to the next session. You know, we're in pullback time now, so who knows? Maybe the pound will go back up. Maybe the pound will take off. It's just nothing's happened yet. I was curious to know if anybody is actually in profit. I'm on a trade right now. You know, I guess scalps, you know, I mean, if you got in something and got out, you know, maybe, you know, scalping something in and out, it's a different story. That today's a scalping kind of day. Like, you know, lower time frame scalpers are winning today because there's no directional move in the market. So if you're working a range back and forth, just getting in and out, little quick moves, you know, you're probably doing all right today. Sure, the scalpers are up. Yeah, look at oil, man. And this is kind of the story here. You know, everything's between highs and lows. It's just whipsaw back and forth. It's best to just defend capital sometimes. Leave it alone. Wait for the right thing to happen. Try not to get too wrecked. Dollar CAD still looks like it's going to just slowly creep back up into the range. It's interesting. I mean, if it would close bullish, if this will close bullish back inside, you know, it's possible that you could get, you know, 15, 30 pips out of that. It's low. And it's, you know, there's kind of a floor that's been put in here. Hasn't broken it yet. It's kind of coming back up. It's interesting. Not a super fan of it, but yeah. Meh. Low today. Defending capital today. Speaking of defending the capital, or not defending the capital, Trump's up to on Twitter. It's kind of weird not having Trump on Twitter anymore. It's kind of boring. Like, yeah, Twitter got boring. What? U.S. government executes woman on federal death row for the first time since 1953. What did she do? Yeah, execution Lisa Montgomery. Interesting. Yikes. Here's a story. Here's a common story. Jobless women selling nudes on OnlyFans are struggling to pay bills. Lol. Yeah, I mean, OnlyFans, a social media platform allowing people to sell explicit photos of themselves, has boomed during the pandemic. Lol. No doubt. Kind of wrecked. Kind of feel bad. Bitcoin dream is dead. Interesting. Bitcoin's recent 25% plunge illustrates why it will never be a true currency. That's exactly my point that I've been saying, the volatility risk. I mean, it's kind of true. That's kind of true. You know, that's my whole point is, you know, are you going to take a risk on, you know, in one day you just lost 25% of your net worth? Why would you do that? That doesn't sound like a good deal. Not for the average person who's not a trader. It's great for us though. It's great for traders. Yeah, extraordinary volatility. That's true. Interesting. Our article there. It's kind of true. I mean, I tend to agree there, but I'd agree with. I mean, I like Bitcoin, but I agree with that. You know, it's a good argument against it ever being some kind of store of value or currency. I mean, it's too volatile. It's, you know, you can't have a 25% change in one day. You know, it's not something that's useful as a store of value or currency. It's good for an investment. That's different than a store of value. It's not a savings account. Definitely not, especially if you bought 40,000. Anyway, what happened to Trump? I was saying those are the stories that are on top of Twitter here. OnlyFans, Bitcoin, and executions. Crazy, I can't believe that happened. Lol. Man, he's going to be in big financial trouble when he gets out of this. When he gets out of office. He's going to try to monetize all of his followers. I think that's the point. I think that's the goal right now for Trump, is to monetize all of the people who will defend him no matter what he does. He's going to try to turn those into dollars, you know, through some other news, you know, some, you know, right-wing news thing or something. He's going to try to monetize all those people. Start some TV show or network or something, podcast, anything, or all of it. Become a political pundit. A kingmaker is what, you know, a kingmaker where, you know, trying to bring in the next, you know, right-wing candidate. Still think Ivanka's going to run, but I think he's going to try to turn his followers, his base, into dollars to get out of trouble. He's going to have a huge debt from all that campaign and all that, and all the money he already owes. Anyway, just flipping through, going through Twitter. YouTube's probably like, what are you talking about? We're just going through, looking at Twitter stuff. Nothing really to do right now. Damn, check Jack out. He's got the mountain man beard. Jack from Twitter. Yeah, man, they got him again. Second impeachment. It's so crazy. It doesn't mean anything, honestly. Yeah, Trump's been impeached twice, but it just doesn't mean anything. It just means that they have to send it to the Senate for a vote, and the Senate's going to shoot it down. And actually, you know what's interesting is because the Democrats have taken over the Senate, technically there would be a majority in the Senate if they wait until after Biden is inaugurated. They'll wait to send it to the Senate till afterwards. That makes sense, actually. I didn't think about that. They have a majority. I think you need a 2/3 majority for an impeachment, though. I remember that was the issue last time, is it was impossible to get all the votes. I think so many Republicans would also have to vote for it. And you need a 2/3 in the Senate, I think, to remove someone from office. So it was like impossible, basically. Interesting, though, that they'll send it after Biden gets inaugurated, because I guess the Democrats have now taken control of the Senate. So technically, going to pass. I don't know how that works, actually. Didn't think about that. Anywho. Oh, wow. Yeah. Average income on OnlyFans, $120 a month. Yeah, I mean, I think the problem there is the competition. There's probably so many people trying to do it that there's a lot of competition. And it just may not be as profitable as they'd like it to be. There's probably too much competition. There's too many choices. Too many choices of girls. Yeah, it comes down to who's the better marketer, really. You know, who's the best marketer, and is going to get all the business. Everything's basically like that. Yeah, interesting. Actually, interesting. You know, yeah, it's not making the bills. I've known girls that have done stuff like that for years, way before OnlyFans. You know, like cam stuff. And I had a friend of mine, I've told this story before, a good buddy of mine that I used to do a lot of motorcycle stunt shows with. You know, we rode on a stunt team together. His girlfriend is like a big time porn star. Huge porn star now. And I remember when she first started getting into that, that's what she did. She did like cam stuff, and she would recruit other girls that worked under her, and she got a cut of all of their profits, and she made a lot of money, millions of dollars. She's a multi-millionaire now, and it's pretty crazy. But that's kind of how she started all that. You know, it was just like, you know, pay by the minute kind of weird thing. And she would always, you know, she was always like recruiting other girls to work underneath her, and she would set them up with the system. She would send like a computer guy out to the house, like set up the network, set up everything, like the cameras, like all the technology. And then it was actually pretty crazy how it works. Get it all set up with the software, and they would work under her and pay her a cut. Like it was like by the minute. Like I know exactly how it works because we used to talk about it all the time. And it's just crazy. Yeah, she would hire a bunch, you know, she would basically have girls working underneath her, and she was getting a cut of all their money. And God, she was making a lot of money. And then she started doing like bigger time stuff herself. Now she's like famous. It's crazy. It's weird. You know, I knew her before she did all that. It's like my buddy's girlfriend, you know, we used to go ride stunt shows together and stuff. It's like crazy. Yeah. And then that ended their relationship pretty much. I think they dealt with it for a while, and then it got bad. They ended up, it sucked, man. They were going to get married and everything, and she chose the money over him, basically. You know, they'd been in a relationship for years, like 5 or 6 years, and she chose the money. And yeah, that was it for that. But yeah, it's crazy. She's huge, big time. Anyway. Yeah, I know it can be very profitable, but there's probably a lot of competition. Poor EuroCAD. See if it breaks the low. Yeah, it's going to take some stops today, it looks like. At least it wasn't bad. Couple things. It's going to get stopped out 3 times with 3 very small positions. Small enough to not be a big deal. But the problem is the market's not moving. There's nothing else to take. There's nothing else to take. Everything's back and forth, including the pound. Pound CAD probably looks the best for a long, but it's not great either. Short-term price action wise, it's close enough to the high. And short-term, it looks okay. It's just not great. There's nothing there. So we're going to be sitting around waiting for Powell today. The Swiss was the only thing that happened, but it's too late for that. Yep, it's a dead day. It's a Call of Duty day. Something. That's kind of come off the low. You know, something may happen though. You know, we gotta wait. Let this stuff work itself out. EuroCAD, man. Yeah, it stopped out again. It breaks that low. A shame. You know, but you gotta take the risk. You know, just sitting in it, been in it for 4 hours now. Just waiting. Just ended up not going. A good game. Good game on that. Yeah, I was gonna say, is anybody in a profitable position right now? Is anybody actually in something that's profitable? Just curious. Let's see what people took. If anybody actually is in profit right now. It's pretty hard to be in profit right now because of the amount of back and forth that's been going on. So yeah, so that's nothing to do. Waiting, you know, we'll wait and see. And this is kind of what I was saying, you know, like on all these things, you know, if they're gonna come back in and not move, it's probably just gonna be choppy. And it's like small potatoes, you know, you're fighting for table scraps on these little tiny, you know, these little moves. It's just not a good, you know, like look at pound dollar here, pound yen. Like you're fighting for table scraps on these little moves. You know, there's nothing tradable here. You know, it's just, you know, you can take a guess on it, but you got to get in and out, you know. You're fighting for these little 5 pip moves before it turns around and goes back the other way. It's contracting down. You know, so good game on it. Yeah, just needs stuff. Exactly, this man just needs stuff to move. Needs something to make a directional move. Hasn't happened yet. Yeah, it was worth a shot. Another $30 stop on EuroCAD. Wrecked. No big deal. Close. If it breaks the low, just take the stop. Problem is it's going to break the low and then come back up. It's not a short is the problem. Even if it goes lower, like it doesn't matter to me. Like I don't want to be short on something that's that low. It's risky, you know, to try to chase it short now. You know, what if it just comes straight back up? You know, because it's so low, every time it breaks that low, people are going to close shorts and buy it. You know, so it's just not, it's whatever. I'd rather wait. Trying to think, you know, looking back later at the day, you know, trying to figure out what happened. You know, what might move. It looked like the pound was going to go short. But it's kind of stopped, turned around. It's not bullish, but it's also not bearish. Yeah, that was pretty much sealed the deal there on EuroCAD. That was pretty much that. The euro just turned back around. Everything's wrecked. Back to bed kind of day. Man. You know, this is the thing. The only thing that's frustrating is the lack of opportunity. There's no reason. There's no opportunity to fix it. You know, as you get stopped, it doesn't matter. Like, who cares? You know, sometimes you're going to get stopped out. But the problem is there's nothing else to take to make up for that equity. There's nothing else to do. There it went. I just heard it. Yep, so that's that. Wrecked. Just heard it hit stop loss. Yep. So, all right, good game. But if you didn't see that dump, that wasn't bearish. It was not bearish, and then just sell off again. The euro wrecked out of nowhere. So it's just flat. It's just back in a range. There's nothing. Wrecked. Man, it's just back and forth. Yeah, I don't know what there's really nothing to do, honestly. There's nothing to even do, is the thing. Doing on the dollar. Time is at 7. Yeah, euro pairs just took off to the downside, wrecked. I don't know. Play video games or something. I don't know. There's really nothing to do. The smart thing to do is to not continue to chase stuff when the market is just not good. You got back and forth. You've got things that are bearish on a low. That's never a good sign. It's not a good thing to try to short stuff that's bearish on a major low like that. It's how you get absolutely smashed, just back and forth, because you've got people trying to buy it and people trying to sell it at the same time, and it's just chop. You're going to get messed up back and forth. It's best to leave it alone. If it's not going to go up, then leave it alone. That's kind of the thing today, is just leaving it alone. It's just unfortunate that this is the fourth day out of the third day out of the week. 3 out of 4 days have been just really honestly bad. Just bad price action. The market is not there right now. It's just not many opportunities this week. And last week was the same way. This is 2 weeks in a row of the majority of the week just being crap. It's just trash. Look at this. It's just garbage. It's nothing. 2 weeks in a row. We had one good day yesterday where the market moved. Everything was pushing and, sustaining a move. Just different. It's just different kind of price action. We had one good day, and now today is another bad one. So 3 out of the 4 days so far have been just very little movement, bad price action overall. There is a difference, in days. When things are good, it's easy to see it. Markets behave, price action's normal. This is just crap. Getting weird sell-offs out of nowhere. No news. There's nothing. There's no injection of volatility yet until Powell comes on. We'll wait and see. There's nothing to do here. It's just whipsaw chop back and forth. No sustained moves at all. See if anything's actually left a range yet. Just crap. Sorry. I can't make the market move. Crap. On Twitter, I just hear screams. I have to close it. Interesting. Oh. Huawei.
You saying, bro? You right?
What's that? Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad. Finished early today, so I thought I'd pop on.
Yeah, man. It's kind of boring today. Nothing really to do but hang out. Kind of not really a lot going on.
I've been listening, man.
Yeah.
I made a little bit on GU this morning, and silver and crude, but only little bits, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, good.
Like you're saying.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I was gonna say it's great. Yeah, I was gonna say if you caught something, that's good. I was gonna say at least you got something, man. Yeah, that's good.
It, man.
Euro Kiwis looks bearish again. Yeah, just kind of chilling right now. This London session ended up being a dud, but that's okay. You know, waiting for this to work itself out. The time wise, it's not really that great to take a position during this hour. Just wait. We'll see what happens on the 8 a.m. candle. Just see, you know, going into market open. Yeah, 12:30 my time. It's how many hours from now? Like 5 hours from now. It's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably just gonna be boring day.
Yep.
Definitely. You know, we just got a bunch of ranges going on. Not really a lot going on. It's okay. You know, just you take a stab at it and hope that it goes, and sometimes it doesn't. And you just, if you recognize early that it's just not gonna work out, you leave it alone. That's kind of the thing. Just stuff's just not
going anywhere.
Not good. Yeah, it's just not good price action. Now you're getting little kind of whipsaw moves back and forth, but there's no trending move anywhere. You know, it's just back and forth, and that's okay. You know, just wait until something happens. There's no volume in the market. It's just like nothing's actually moving. It might look like it is, but it's not. You got really small moves. You know, like nothing's actually gone yet. It's, you know.
So EU's dropping down to the bottom again.
Yeah.
I'm watching that one, bro. I am.
Yeah, I'm watching that one too because of where the dollar is. I've been watching it. See if it gets back to the low. Maybe take a shot on it. It's just it didn't leave or trend or anything. There's no trending move. It's just dying back down to the low. So we'll see. There's just no direction right now. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, just watching. Just nothing to do. It's nothing to do sometimes. Andrea, are we talking on Discord? On Zoom. We got a Zoom session going. But yeah, talk on Discord too. But yeah, right now we're on Zoom.
I never knew you talked on Discord.
Yeah, you can. I mean, I have a couple voice chats just so people can use them if they want to, but you know that's not on Zoom. But yeah, there's just nothing. Most of the time we're just on here. Let me see if I can get the.
I've had 2 months off now, so I just got to get my head back in the game, bro.
Yeah, that's good. That's actually good to take some time off from the Zoom chat. Good to take time off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is a little bit, but it's like I had a good frigging goal at the beginning before, and now I forgot what I did to get all my good wins, and I'm just like starting fresh. I'm like, shit, what did I do?
Yeah, no, you're good.
What did I do?
Just ease back into it. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. Sometimes it's good to take a break, you know, take a fresh look at everything and kind of ease back into it. Yep.
Yeah, I'm staying away from oil for a bit, bro. Just I'm only playing little bits on that now.
Yeah, it's been wild lately. It's
let me down, I did, mate.
Right.
I sat with that, bro, for months on end in bad frigging, what's it called? In a loss. Yeah. And then it went back up after I closed it, man. I was like, no.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. It's crazy that it actually ended up going all the way back up.
Yeah.
Now it's back way high now, waiting to see what's going to happen with it.
I've been looking at researching the countries and what they're doing for lockdown and stuff, and everybody's still in lockdown. Yeah, we're still going around a little bit, but I can't see how oil can be that high.
Yeah,
and everybody's
stuff
still
doesn't
in the
make
house.
sense sometimes. Yeah, sometimes stuff just doesn't make sense. It's speculative. It's speculation. You know, it's just sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with the economy, even though you would think that it would. But we've kind of learned that lesson lately, especially with the stock market and oil. That's another good point about oil. You know, it's I mean, you know, as far as demand goes, actually using it. Yeah, I mean, there arguably oil shouldn't be this high, but it is, you know, because it's speculations. People just buying it just, you know, just for an investment and speculating on it. You know, maybe it doesn't have as much to do with the economy as people think. You know, and that's, you know, it's like, look at the S&P 500. You know, why is it on an all-time high? And we've got record job losses. You got job numbers coming out today. You know, we're going to have 700 and something thousand people filed unemployment claims in 1 week.
Shit.
You know, why is the stock market on all-time high? It's just because it's speculation. It's gambling, and it has absolutely nothing to do with the economy. You know, that's just the reality. You know, so
have you looked at that mutant virus over there yet?
Yeah, I've heard. I've heard that it's mutated, and there's a couple different strains of it. Yeah, I mean,
pain, mate.
You know, pain. Is it even gonna? Is the vaccine even useful? You know, is it even effective?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I've read something saying that it works on 3 of the mutations, but 2 of them it doesn't do anything for.
Yeah, I could see that. I think that's going to be a problem.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know.
We'll see.
I think the first problem is getting enough people to take it for it to be effective in the first place.
Yeah, but they're bringing that law in, aren't they, to say if you want to go abroad, just like, you know, when you go to Ethiopia, you have to take the malaria jab and stuff like that.
Right.
They're saying that they're going to bring it in, bruv, that if you go abroad, you have to have it to go abroad. That's what they're talking about over here.
Yeah, I think they're going to do that eventually.
Which is like out of order, personally.
Movement here. What's going on with the euro? Yeah, I think that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to say, you know, you're going to need it to travel. I think they already are. You know, you're going to have to take it to travel, or come back in a state, or come back in a country.
I'll say there's one guy who died from it.
Yeah,
he had an adverse reaction to it.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was a doctor as well, or professor. I can't remember.
Yeah. There's a doctor here in Florida, in Miami, that died. Yeah, he had internal bleeding, and died from a stroke 2 days after he took it. He was perfectly healthy. Yeah, there's a couple people, some nurses. There's been quite a few cases of people dying from it, and getting like Bell's palsy and like facial paralysis and weird stuff. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on with it.
This is why I don't want to take it, bro.
Yeah, it's, you know, the majority of people probably won't have a problem with it, but then, you know, there's always going to be, you know, somebody is going to have an issue with it. I don't know. I don't know what I feel about it. I'm leaving it alone personally, but you know, I don't. It depends on. It probably depends on what your job is, and you know, or how much exposure you have to other people in public and stuff like that. I sit in home all day and talk to you guys. Yeah. I don't ever go anywhere, so I'll just chill on it for now. I'll wait and see.
I deliver prices to customers, man. I see about 30 customers a day.
Right.
Probably that. So yeah, for me, I do want to have the vaccine, but I'm not taking that, bro, because it's been too quick, in my opinion. Just too quick, man.
Yeah. So let's see what happens. Let people test it first.
Exactly that.
Let me know let me know how it goes. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not exposed to it enough to really worry about it.
EU.
Yeah, I was gonna say the dollar's bullish. I'm actually watching. You got some moves happening all of a sudden. The dollar's bullish. It's really the euro. The euro is dropping down across the board. You've got the euro selling off, and that's pushing the dollar index up. It's the euro everywhere. It's just bearish. It sucks because it wasn't an entry. it just wasn't a good entry, and it just went low again. So it's just, I'm leaving it alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm looking at all this like it's just too low for me to show. I'm not interested in selling something that's that low.
I ain't selling nothing today, but I'm only in boys today now.
Yeah, it just didn't work out. Just tired of getting stopped out. I'm not going to take a bunch of losses today trying to chase stuff back and forth. You know, you start to sell it and say, oh, it's going low, and then it just goes up, you know, slams up all the, you know, for the rest of the day. You just sold the bottom. You're selling something that's really low, and then it just, you know, you sell this now and then it goes up 100 pips. Not interested in that. It's not a favorable position to sell either. Selling the bottom of ranges on all these euro pairs. It just went back down. It didn't go. There's no trending move. It stayed in a range. So it's just not favorable. Just leaving it alone. You know, I could, you know, mess with a 5-minute chart or something. It's just why. You know, there's no move here. You know, it's, you know, 16 pip drop, you know, like not messing with it. It's just not enough. There's just not enough movement here. I'm watching, just kind of watching right now. I'm defending capital, and I'm trying not to get stopped out anymore today. I've been stopped out 3 times on small positions. I'm just not interested in it right now. I'm watching. I'm waiting for something to happen that's better. I'm waiting for something. It's just not worth it right now. Yeah, there's no reason to throw money down, you know, on a fire. You know, you're just throwing money down a hole. You know, just trying to chase this stuff back and forth. Just not necessary. Defending capital today. Tried it early, took a shot on it early, and it didn't work out. And now it's just, you know, it's just not favorable to be trading right now. Leaving it alone. 3D printing gun, yeah. I've checked out actually quite a bit of that. There's actually some interesting stuff going on with that. I think there's a crypto project. I think it's called Library, and they're actually putting plans for 3D printed firearms on the blockchain, so it can't be taken away. It can't be censored. It's actually interesting you mentioned that. I was just looking at the video about that the other day. It's interesting use for crypto. They're putting plans on Library. It's some LBRY coin, but yeah, they're putting the plans on the blockchain so it can't be censored. You know, 3D printed, you know, receivers and stuff. But yeah, I mean, there's all kind of crazy stuff going on there. Yeah, it's actually a thing. That is a thing. You know, it's normally the serialized parts, like the frames and stuff. A lot of the firearms now, especially like Glocks, and almost all firearms are handguns, at least, are polymer frame now. There aren't really that many steel frame firearms anymore. The ones that people are buying, at least, they're all polymer. You know, striker fired polymer frame handguns. You know, so you can 3D print them. You know, you can 3D. You know, the parts that are metal, like the slide and stuff, that's all non-serialized parts. You can buy them anywhere. You buy them all over the place. You know, you're not required to file paperwork for that. You know, it's generally the frame that's the part that has a serial number, and that's, you know, you're required to register, or not register, but required to do a federal form 4473 on, and do a background check and all that for. That's generally the funny thing is that's generally the part that's polymer. So you can technically, you know, it's just like an AR-15. You can 3D print a polymer, like a polymer for receiver, lower receiver, and then buy all the other parts without any paperwork. You know, what people call ghost guns. You know, actually Polymer 80 just got raided by the ATF like a couple weeks ago. But there's a company called Polymer 80 that they build kit. You can buy a kit. Check this out real quick. Hold on. There's been a lot of drama with this lately. They have kits that you can find it, but they have kits that you can. It's just basically a chunk and you can mill it out yourself. They give you like a jig and the tools to do it, and you can legally, I mean, you can basically mill out your own lower receiver. Find a picture of it, but you can build your own. Yeah, it's like a jig. It has this kit, and they give you this piece, but it's not a completed firearm legally, and you have to drill it out yourself. You have to drill the holes in the right place, and it's polymer. It's all, it's all basically 3D printed polymer, and but they give you the jig for it. It's like it's like this kit that you drill it out yourself, and you actually complete it yourself, and legally you're not required to do a background check for it. So it's what they call a ghost gun. There's there's no paperwork trail, no paper trail. But yeah, it's interesting. They actually just got raided the other day by the ATF. They've been selling these kits. Technically it's legal, but they're trying to shut it down. There's like a Glock frame. So basically this is the frame for like a Glock, and this is generally the part that has a serial number in the background check, and you have to go through some pretty strict background check and paperwork for that. But you can actually kind of build it yourself legally as long as you complete it yourself, and then you buy the other parts. You buy the slide and the fire control group and the trigger and all that stuff, magazines and all that. You can buy all that stuff without paperwork and basically have a firearm that's not there's no paperwork. But yeah, it's interesting because they just got raided the other day. Yeah, you can do lowers for ARs. There's one right there. There's an AR-15 lower receiver. But yeah, it's basically a chunk of polymer, and they give you the kit and the drill bits, and you finish it yourself. So you can put in your hammer and your hammer and your trigger, your fire control group, everything. You mill out this piece right here. You drill it out, on the top. You put the drill bits and you like hollow it out yourself, and it's technically legally not a firearm. It's just a chunk of plastic, and you finish it yourself, and you can put this on an upper receiver with a barrel and all that. All the metal parts are the parts on the top, your bolt carrier group and your upper receiver, and that's all stuff that doesn't require paperwork. This is the piece that's actually legally the firearm that requires a serial number and background check. So they kind of got in trouble. There's a lot of drama with this right now because legally this isn't a firearm. So they were selling kits. This company has been huge. Like everybody was buying them. I stayed away from this because it's like a fun project to do, but I'm not interested in whatever might come down later. And that's exactly what happened. Is they got raided the other day and shut down. So, but they were selling these kits legally, legally selling these kits that with the drill bits and the jig for it, and you could basically you can finish your own lower receiver for an AR-15 that doesn't require paperwork. And that's what this is. It's this piece right here. This is actually polymer, but you put the rest of it is you can build from parts that don't require a serial number. So you can actually build a completed lower receiver from something that doesn't require a serial number. It's actually pretty crazy, but yeah. Normally, like I've even done it myself. Like this, you buy just this piece. Like I've built a couple ARs myself. You go buy this piece is the lower receiver. This is technically the legal part that makes it a firearm. All the rest of it is just parts, and this is the piece that has a serial number, and you're required to have an FBI background check and all that for an AR. But I've done all the proper paperwork and all that stuff. But yeah, you can actually build it yourself. It's actually really interesting. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of other stuff actually too. You can actually completely build your own from scratch with a 3D printer, and they're actually functional. There's some interesting videos out there of fully functional firearms. Look at this Eurocad.
Pretty funny, all this stuff. It's like alcohol, take it away, we'll make our own. Weed, right. Take it away, we'll grow our own.
Exactly.
Guns, take them away, we'll print our own.
Exactly. It's funny how that works, right?
It's
funny how that works. It's whenever they make something illegal, they just create a market for it.
Yeah.
Eurocad coming all the way back up, man. That's frustrating. Jesus, dude. Hold on, I was just looking at that. Yeah, Van Leeuwen. I don't know if you've been around or not. I'm starting to wonder about the troll situation there. We talked about it a couple of times today. The trades that we took, I got stopped out 3 times on EuroCAD, small positions, EuroCAD,
Nice.
Euro Kiwi, and Euro Pound, or Euro Aussie. Sorry, Euro Aussie,
yeah,
Euro Kiwi, and EuroCAD. Just took a couple shots at it, didn't work out. Now EuroCAD's coming all the way back up. Sucks, man. It's probably just gonna come right back in the range. I'm not getting back in yet. I'm going to watch it, but crazy. I mean, it's just so low that it's very likely to go back up. But at the same time, I'm going to wait on it. I'm going to wait and see if it comes back in the range and holds. If it holds, I'll try to catch a higher low if it's going to make a higher low. You know, it's just the crappy part about it is it's still not bearish. It's just still not bearish. So just watching it right now. Gonna watch it come back after stopping me out. That's why I hate taking stops like that. I don't like tight stops. I like to let things breathe and trust the directional bias. But at the same time, sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes.
Jump's talking about CAD CHF on a sell.
Or at the top of the right candle on DB, like a short.
Yeah, I mean, if you're in profit, then good. Things are actually starting to move now. It looks like might be getting some movement. Yeah, I mean, that's a good short.
Look at the top of it. That's not. Yeah,
I mean, it's super high.
To be honest.
Yeah, that's actually a really good. It's a good risk to try to catch that. We'll see if that's the high. Hopefully, maybe this will come up and fail a couple times and then drop back down. Yeah, I mean, I would stay in it. Wouldn't let it run against you. Just stay in it. Try to get a stop at break even, and try to get a stop at break even, and it'd be good. Really frustrating on these euro pairs, man. They're all coming back up. They went down just far enough to stop me out, and then coming back. That is really messy. But yeah, it's just a crap market. I'm just kind of staying out of the market today. I'm not really doing a whole lot. I took a couple smaller positions earlier, and it ended up not. The market just didn't move. Nothing's happening today, anywhere. But that might be changing. Actually, things might be changing here, so we'll see. I mean, that's got some pretty serious rejections there on the euro, pretty much across the board. Again, this EuroCAD is just still good. Like, the structure is still good on it. It just dipped and broke the low, and now it's coming back up. So,
looking at EU, I think it might take another leg down.
Probably, yeah. We're actually waiting for a short on that too.
Yeah, because you had that pullback the other day, right there. I actually took that long when you were like, "I'm waiting on it," and I was like, "Nah, I'm taking it." Yeah. Took it long, and I'm looking for a continued short.
I'm watching it. Yeah, if this actually cuts through this, it's probably going to be a huge short. Yeah, yep. I think there's definitely going to be a big short on this. I'm watching it right now. I'm waiting on it. Right now, it's just kind of bouncing on the low, so it's back.
Did you pull up the weekly on that?
Oh yeah, it's definitely wrecked. Yeah, that's the that's the thing, and it's and a lot of what that is, the dollar reversing. The dollar is going to go one way, and euro dollar is going to go the other way. Waiting on that actually to take off. Yep, definitely. That's one of the biggest things I'm interested in right now is euro dollar, honestly, because of where it is. Yep. Again, the question is, where's the entry?
Right.
What is it going to go higher first? Or, this right here is pretty bearish stuff right here on the daily. That was a really bearish. What happened yesterday was super bearish on euro dollar. The problem is it's just on the bottom of a range. I hate selling the bottom of a range, but at the same time, it looks like it's going to die. So,
right.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely not bullish. I just, I'm watching it basically. I'm definitely watching that one for sure.
Yeah, Cassie, that is just
really. Yeah, it's good, man. If you're in it, and that's good, man. Yep. Get a stop at break even. Man, all these euro pairs are just going to go right back up. Trading down just far enough to stop me out. And then back up, slam hard back up, full bullish engulfing on EuroCAD. This is extremely low, and it's not a sell. It's just not a short. It didn't go in London. So we'll see. There's still an opportunity here. Got a lot of rejections on the lows of these euro pairs. It's just, man, we're just pips away. Got stopped out by a couple pips. I hate that. That's why I don't keep tight stops on stuff. It's just I have a different way of looking at it. I don't like doing that. Try to trust a direction and trust an overall structural bias and directional bias, and then manage it if it's wrong. But it's just like taking that little tight stop. It's all the way back. It's all the way back to the entry now. Just in one candle came all the way back. So sometimes it happens like that. Just gotta wait, see what happens. Thing will actually go. Euro pound, same thing. I mean, just again rejected off the bottom again. Just, it's unfortunate that happens, but sometimes you gotta sit through the volatility. Just wait, see what happens. Yeah, anyway, so the euro's a maybe, still a maybe. The pound's not doing anything right now. Pound yen's interesting. Probably rather be long than short term over the next hour or two, but it's not really doing anything interesting. Hold on one second. I'll mute 1 second. Man, that sneeze. Yeah, so anyway. It's like, man, I knew I had to sneeze. I was like, yeah, not really a lot going on right now. It's kind of frustrating on the euro. Feel like
you think of gold, bro?
It's right. Not touching that right now. It's gold is probably the worst chart. It's not good right now. The price action's not good until something actually starts to happen on this. Short term, it looks like it's going to go up a little, like over the next, like hour or two. Maybe. I mean, it's just, the thing is it's right in the middle. Like, it could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no trending move on it. It's right. It's either way. There's a big chop happening. It's frustrating on the euro. I feel like I just took $100 in stops that I didn't need to take. Just because I'm trying to do the right thing and do the responsible thing for everybody and take the stops. I don't know. All these euro pairs are just come right back up. Right back up. But, it's typical, to go break the low and then come back. And now we'll see. Now what? We just had a couple hours of downside. Now it's probably going to pull back up just a little bit, but it's not really the right entry yet. Flipping through charts looking. It's about time for the market to start moving again, though. We're kind of coming out of this rangy hour. Just been really dead today. It's tempting on Euro Aussie. I'm tempted to just get back in and just keep chasing it, because it, just looks like it's time to try it again. Euro Aussies looks like it's about to pop back up in. Euro Kiwi, same thing. Looks like it's about to pop back up. It's not bearish. Short term. Euro Pound's already moved. It already slammed hard back up. Euro Yen did the same thing. Euro Swiss has stayed up. That one's weird. Euro CAD, same thing. It slammed back up. Just, it's tempting to take these pullbacks. See if this is going to roll back up in. Just roll back up. It's just risky. Just risky.
I took a little one on the Eurocad earlier when you was chatting about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I've only got a small bit on it.
I mean, it still looks like a long to me. You know, it was messy on a stop. You know, it just still looks like a good trade.
Fingers crossed. Have you seen that stock Plug Power?
No.
Oh, bro, I bought that.
I know what you're talking about, but yeah.
I bought it at £3.99, bro. It's at $71.67 a share.
Jesus, dude. Wow. Man, that's. I mean, there's the win. That's a big win right there. Wow.
What share was that? What stock was that?
Plug Power.
Plug Power.
Oh, Plug Power. Yeah. No, Plug. Yeah, they're actually a good company.
Yeah,
you bought at what price?
£3.99, bro. And I only bought like a share and a half because it was my first share, my first stock I ever bought. And I was like, I'm going to watch this one. And I just left it. And it's just flew up, man. Nearly 8,000% or something like that on my stock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, boy. I remember Plug is actually a really good company too.
Actually, 1,174% I've made on that.
Damn.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, you should have bought more.
I really wish I had, bro. I sit there and think to myself, even if I had bought like 10 shares at £40, I would have made enough money to make me happy.
Get back in all these I'm going to get back in Eurocad. I don't want to watch this walk away. Just in case you see this later, I want everybody to say, "Oh man, you didn't say anything." But anyway, go ahead. I trust the structure on it. That wasn't the right entry earlier, but I'm going to get back in it and see what happens. I'm willing to take the stop until it stops breaking the low. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, man. It's bloody good, bro. That's classy. I've got like 1,000% on that, and I've also I'm up like what? I can't remember, about 50% on Aston Martin shares. I got because they consolidated the shares.
Yeah, I remember you were in Aston Martin. Yeah,
and they're up as well. So I've got about I've got about £70-80 off Aston Martin so far.
Nice.
I've bought another one the other day as well called Luvu Brands. It's a sexual thing like vibrators and all that sort of stuff.
That's a good play, man. That's a good play for Valentine's Day.
All the kinds of furniture and that. But what they've done is they've changed the name of the company because of all this, and they've put the company online, and they've changed the name, and it's like 15 pence a share. It's gone to 12 pence a share. So I'm like, you know what? I'm filling my boots, bro.
Nice.
So hopefully that want to be another one to fill my money.
So nonchalant about it, yeah. Funny.
Everybody's stuck in their houses, aren't they? They've got nothing else to do. We're like, yeah, I'll make some money out of that.
Oh, man, that's funny.
One Life, check out ticker POWW.
POWW.
Yeah. It could be in for some good stuff. Same with you, Blackbox. It's an ammo company.
Ammo company?
Yeah, POWW.
Jesus, that's what you need to invest in right there.
Yeah, I'm in on it. I got some calls
right now.
I'm up like 570% of my calls. So.
How have I not heard of it? What's the company name?
Because they're like a so they're probably in.
Go ahead.
They're probably in the ammo stores. You just don't notice them because they're not the biggest of brands yet.
They could be doing stuff for other companies too. Yeah, sometimes they'll produce under other names.
So they got a couple new factories, one in Wisconsin that they're building, and a couple other ones here in the States. So
nice. Man, that
could be a good play.
That's the right business to be in right now. It's absolutely insane. That's the right business to be in right now.
I don't know if I can buy stock in
crazy
like that in
how
America.
Wild that is right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I bought some February calls for it for after the inauguration, and
it's only going to go up.
Good.
You know,
I'm thinking about $20.
It's only going to go higher.
So,
wow.
I'm looking to put some money on
it's called Column.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what brand names they're under. A lot of times they'll produce for other, for other brand names. They'll outsource, primers and, you know, brass and stuff like that. It depends on what they're doing, but yeah.
Yeah, my coworker is really big into guns, and he put me on that one. So
yeah, interesting. I was just wondering what you know, what they sell under, what brand name they sell under. I haven't heard of it, but yeah, it's the right business. I know there's a lot of shifts going on in the firearms industry. I know Remington just sold a lot of their stuff. They're selling like, the rights, and like they're selling the rights to, you know, so ammo production, you know, to other companies, and you know, they sold some of their sales to another company that's coming up. Like, it's crazy. Like, there's a lot of shifts going on in the market, you know, with that right now. Interesting. But yeah, it's a very, very high profit business.
Yeah.
I found it, bro. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, keep an eye on it. It's pushed up really hard the last couple days, but it pulled back pretty good yesterday.
Cassie took us for a short, yes.
I just noticed that he pulled back.
Drop down.
I'm watching the cannabis stocks. I am.
Oh yeah. I got ACB and Sundial. Those are my two.
Actually, interesting here too. Dollar CAD looks tempting. God, looking through here. Sorry, I was just flipping through. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I saw that cannabis stocks are definitely booming right now. I think they were under for a while. But yeah, they're going back up now. Man, this dollar CAD's another one. It looks like it's going to go. But yeah. Anyway, sorry, I was just squirrel brain for a second looking at that. I looked at it and it looks like it's going to move. There it goes.
Ooh, Euro USD dropping good.
And she going.
Oh shit. GU. It's going down.
I see it's about to go down too in a minute.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of crap. All the pound pairs are just, there's nothing there in the pound right now. Bunch of
We're just going to consolidate it.
The Euro's doing. Price action's the best on the Euro. It's just it's not quite there. Here's dollar CAD. Man. I don't know. See on that looks like that's going back up. This looks like a slow roll back up on dollar CAD. That's interesting. You know, if you're looking for something, that might be something there. Already taken off. There it went, you know. Anyway. I'm watching right now.
Dixie's going on. So I'm looking at a short on the GU, but I'm just watching the Dixie to see what it says. But that's a good.
I mean, it's just pumping back up.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes.
It's the Euro, man. Freaking Euro is just, God. The Euro is dying, and it's pumping the dollar.
You mate, look at the candle on that.
What is going on? There's a lot of volatility right now. Yeah, so again, big bullish candle, broke the low. Probably just best to stay out of it right now. Dollar CAD and Euro CAD are going two different directions here. It's the Euro. Yeah, it's a good game on that. Euro dollar pump.
Did you guys see GameStop yesterday? Oh my god.
GameStop, yeah, we were talking about that. It did like 90%. It's a $1 billion stock did 92% in a day.
No.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Yep.
I was gonna buy that, you know, when it was at $10.
You think $7 Wall Street bets for that one?
Man. Yeah.
Somebody told me about this as well, that GameStop.
Yeah. It's a big company here in the US. It's just, I don't understand why that big.
I think they reached I think they restructured their board.
Yeah, but why did it do 92% on a board member? Like, you know, that we were talking about.
They just got a new CEO.
Say short squeeze, maybe.
They took a board member from Chewy.com and it did 93% or something.
Exactly.
In a couple of hours.
New CEO from Chewy.
Like, what the heck, man?
Crazy.
Yeah.
I think that was like Intel, though. Intel flew yesterday, too. I think it was off of a new CEO.
Yeah. We just closed some bearish on the euro again. It's not going to reverse. So I don't know, all of a sudden out of nowhere printed a bullish candle and then a bearish candle. So now that we've closed bearish here again, it's just leaving it alone. Honestly, I'm just not interested. I'm not interested in selling these euro pairs after they're below their statistical weekly lows. Not interested in that. If I was taking the pullback on that just in case, didn't go. I'm just whatever. Not interested in it right now. Just taking a stab at something that was a good risk reward, and it again printed a bearish candle. So I'm just gonna wait and let this stuff work itself out. There's no reason to even mess with it right now. Yeah, it's just one of those things where if it's not going to go up, then it's not a short either. Yeah, just whatever. It printed something bullish, pulled back, the setup was there, and then you got a high volume drop right at the end of the candle. It's just, stuff's just getting jerked around right now. There's nothing to do. Nothing else is good. Like, none of the pound's crap. It's all in between. It's condensing down into nothing. Range contraction basically across the board. Just nothing. Like, there's nothing going on. Like, it's garbage. So still 8 o'clock, it's still garbage. And we just got that 8 a.m. open push on that on the euro. So what do? Do you short something that's, I don't know, not shorting the bottom on the euro, and the pound's not doing anything? So just kind of watching right now. Just watch. I'm just going to watch for now. We'll wait and see what Powell does. I'm not going to keep taking trades that are a good risk reward and then it just gets jerked around in volatility. Like, I'm not going to keep messing with it. So we'll just watch.
What was in the Biden stimulus? Didn't look at it yet. Anybody know?
I have no idea. I don't know. That's a good question, actually. I don't know if anybody knows. What they were talking about doing. I don't know. Maybe we'll take a look at that. I know some of the other stuff he's trying to do is not a good idea, but I don't know about the stimulus. Yeah. Man, look at the dollar. So the dollar is flying all of a sudden because the euro just dumped. So yeah, good game. Game on that. Dollar CAD's flying.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I don't know what's up with the stimulus situation. They're talking about doing another, $2,000 or whatever. Having another stimulus, that'd be good, I guess. I still got to pay for it, but I don't know what's up with that. I don't know when. I think they're probably going to wait a little bit. Now they got to deal with this impeachment crap.
Right. I'm still waiting on my $600. What the hell?
Yeah, I know, right? I think a lot of people are. I think a lot of people are still waiting. Crazy. I was seeing that on Twitter. People saying that, they never got their, original check. People were getting their $600 and they never got the first one. But, it's a bummer here today. It's nothing to do. I don't want to sell the euro. I'm trying to find a trade. It's just, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's not a good risk reward, and the things that are a good risk reward aren't going yet. And again, probably a good idea to just defend capital today. It's just going to be one of those days. best to do nothing. Dollar CAD's now above this consolidation now. And that, I don't know what's going on with the dollar. It seems to be pushing. It's really the euro weakness that's pushing the dollar up.
Yeah, and Bitcoin's ripping again too.
Yeah, I saw that. It was up at 38 again. I'm gonna mute for a minute. Let me mute for a second. Give me 1 second. Gotta run the dogs out. I hear them coming in. Give me a second. Be right back. Actually, hold on 1 second. YouTube. I gotta restart the stream here. I gotta restart the YouTube stream so we can archive this nothing session that happened today. I'll be back in just 1 second. Let me just do this real quick. I'm gonna restart. The stream's gonna shut down, but it's gonna come